Hello, ladies and gentlemen. This is your captain speaking.
I still can't really. I don't do visuals a lot in the 7.6, so I still can't really tell if I'm like, I don't want to say this. I probably want to say that. I'm gonna rephrase that. It's at times it's still a little bit unfamiliar, like from just on a visual
Yeah.
with no indication whether I'm high or low or whatever. In the 7.6, you just don't do it that often.
Right. Well, and I'm sure like the runway too. I mean, it always depends on how long is the runway, how wide is the runway.
All that
'Cause
stuff.
any little bit of change there can really screw up your perception.
Yeah, but you're talking about you having your hands on your knees or whatever. I was flying and I can tell the captain over there, and I'm known to be a good pilot throughout my company. I'll say that. If you don't like it, people at my company, you can kiss my Jamaican bacon.
Wow.
But I was coming in, everything was stable, and everything, and everything looked good, and I can see him. I can see his hand like coming up, or whatever. And slowly enough, I realized there was a VASI on the left hand side, and we were low, like all four reds, dude. I'm like, oh crap, there's a VASI.
Red equals dead.
And he's like, yeah, and you're low. So I can. It's the same thing. I could tell, even at that level, I can feel the energy of as a captain, and he's experienced, and I'm experienced. I can, as a
Yeah.
your student will feel that energy of you being uncomfortable. You can't hide it, so you have to relax and let them feel like, what they're doing is, they feel like they're actually doing the right thing, because they'll know, and they'll start wondering, what am I doing wrong here? So
Yeah. Right.
just bringing that up there, but I can sense it over there that he was just, something was going on. I couldn't tell what it was.
I only had one stone cold when I first started instrument. This guy, I don't know if it was just because he instructed for so long or what, but he was stone cold. I had a bad habit of flaring too high and then just dropping like 6-7 feet off the ground. And he would just sit there. He wouldn't even, he knew it was going to happen.
Mhm.
He just sat there
Yep.
and let me do it. Yeah. But I think with that experience, you start to trust. Like, you can see even not a bad situation, but an undesired situation as an instructor, and know your plane can take it.
Yeah.
And you know exactly what's going to happen. So the student's like, oh, crap.
Yeah.
And you're just like, all right, this one's going to hurt.
And you're gonna have to. That's a good point. You're gonna have to figure out when
Where that is.
Yeah, when you're willing
Yeah.
to do that.
Exactly.
I used to do that stuff all the time. And my student actually called me out on it. I would go on the flare. I would look out the window and go, okay, this is gonna be a hard landing.
Right.
I do it. I used to do it all the time. And my students will say that. They'll tell people that's what I'll do. But you're gonna have to figure out when you're comfortable and when is it safe for you to just let it happen. Let them slam that thing in.
Right.
I'm like, well, okay.
Well, that's one of the things they teach in doing the CFI course is, you got to find teachable moments. So you got to let the student make mistakes.
Mm-hmm.
Don't let them kill you.
Mm-hmm.
Don't let them kill you. But,
Mm-hmm.
if the plane can take the landing you're about to hit,
Mm-hmm.
so be it.
Yeah, just be ready, just in case it bounces and all that stuff.
Right.
You know.
Exactly. Yeah.
So the FAA, like now, like a bouncing is not like if you bounce an aircraft, they want you to go around. Don't
Right.
try to don't try to recover that thing, bounce and reflare. And on the 7.6, you can't even, like, that option is not even there. You will hit the 300s, well, whatever. You will hit the tail. It's just over, man. You can't. That aircraft is so unforgiving. It's interesting now. It's a very easy aircraft to fly. Very responsive, but it's so unforgiving. Like you come in high. I mean, you need to be stable and everything's right. Else your landing is not gonna be. It's just not gonna figure itself out, man.
Mm.
If you're fast, you won't slow down. It's interesting. Like if you not the system, everything's not in right. You're gonna hit that thing hard. It's just a very unforgiving aircraft, man. You need to know what you're doing with it, and then you can't. You have to fly. You have to fly it all the way to the ground. Like you're flying. You're 10. And as soon as you're about to freaking touch down, you go to idle. But you can't like hold it off and hold. If you're trying to, you hit the tail. It doesn't work, man. It's interesting. So those are the things, as you like, flaring is not something that you're getting taught that you want to level flare. You get to a point with these aircraft, these transport type aircraft, is that it's not even about flaring. It's about, just basically getting the right descent rate by just slowly holding off for a second and let it land.
Mm-hmm.
Because most transport type aircraft, they come in at a high pitch angle anyway when they're,
Mm-hmm.
So,
yeah. Yeah, that's why I always say when they're always like, picture, you got to hold the nose off when you're flying a Cessna or whatever.
Yeah.
Picture an airliner. It's like, this isn't an airliner.
The instructor said that to you?
This is a 3,000-pound airplane.
That's pretty funny. No, don't picture an airliner. Like, it's not anywhere the same.
Yeah, you end up crabbing in.
Yeah, dude. Yeah, exactly. Yeah. It's such a different type of flying. It really is. It's like 180. Like, all the stuff you learn now is you're learning the fundamentals, and then you get to the airliner, and then they teach you how to fly an airliner when you get there. They don't teach you anything else. They teach you how to fly that plane, how to monitor it, how to, that's what they do. So you're expected to know how to recover from a stall by reducing the angle of attack.
Mm-hmm.
But even then, on an airliner, there's different process and different ways that come into play that you have to, need to worry about G's and all that, all this stuff that is just different. Like the FAA just implemented a new what is that? It's like a stall recovery, unloading the G's process you get in training. I forgot what it's called. I probably shouldn't say this on the podcast,
Yeah.
but it's part of your training now. Because a lot of times it's not just about lowering pushing the nose down. You gotta offset the G's. You ever heard of that?
Well, yeah. I mean, you can only put so many G's on an airplane.
Yeah, so you can't just push down and unload up the wings of G's and shit.
Right. Right.
So, anyways, yeah, let's be ready for that kind of stuff. But I think you'd be a good instructor. So, overall,
Yeah, we'll see what happens. No, I'm looking forward to it, actually.
yeah, and UND is good. You have good people there to help you out and back you up and all that stuff.
Yeah.
Good aircraft. That's another thing. You're gonna worry about the aircraft. That'll make your job a lot easier if the aircraft is maintained.
Yeah, no kidding.
You're not flying some shit.
But I mean, you're gonna get that at every school, though. I mean, there's still times where planes are down. It just happens.
Yeah.
Instructors leave. That happens. Doesn't matter where you are.
Yeah.
But yeah, I've always had a good experience there. But looking forward to looking forward to teaching.
Yeah, guys, if you're listening to those podcasts, and which you probably are because I'm saying this and you hear me.
It's a good sign.
University of North Dakota, the Phoenix campus, that's where I went when I got all my ratings and certificate all the way up to my initial CFI. It's a great school. Check it out. It's at the Phoenix Mesa Gateway Airport. Great people. It's good. Just good stuff. So, yeah. What do you do for Thanksgiving? Thanksgiving's coming up. This is our Thanksgiving return.
Yeah. I've never been a huge Thanksgiving fan. Not since I was little. But
You never been a Thanksgiving fan? You never been a Thanksgiving fan? Really?
no.
You just don't like turkey or what?
I could
Ham?
get-
You know
I could
ham?
get-
You know the ham
I
eater?
like ham, but
You
more
know the
than I
bacon
like
eater?
turkey.
Is that
No, ever since I enjoyed it when I was a kid because the family would get together. But then, as families started to,
get into that.
as you get older, you have less family,
Mhm.
I guess, so to speak.
Yeah.
And then when I moved to Arizona, that didn't help either because now I have zero family here, and I'm
Mhm.
not one to travel for Thanksgiving. I'd rather save that time and effort for Christmas.
Oh, so you're not traveling this time around?
Not for Thanksgiving.
for Christmas,
No,
so-
I'd never
okay.
travel. Typically, I'll find a friend to mooch off of. So I don't travel much for Thanksgiving. So this year I'm just gonna go. I got some friends, family friends, so to speak. We're gonna go to Morton's Steakhouse. They're doing like a Thanksgiving dinner there. So
Oh, okay.
yeah, go there, have some dinner, some drinks.
Yeah.
It'll be nice.
Well,
how
you
about
know-
you? What are you doing?
Well, usually in this profession, Christmas
You're
and
usually flying, yeah. But
Christmas and Thanksgiving does not exist as a pilot. FYI, people.
yeah, that's another reason why I'm just getting used to it now.
And the airlines are very particular on this. By the way, this is important. I probably should bring this up. So obviously, the airline is unionized. We all know this. The senior guys get the Thanksgiving time off
Mm.
and holidays off and whatever the hell they want off. They get paid more. They get time off. While the new guys work and get paid less.
You don't get paid more? I thought you got paid more for working holidays.
Not in the airlines.
Oh, really?
Hell no.
Oh.
Yeah, there's no holiday pay in the airlines. You bid for your schedule. It's all unionized. You bid. That's your bid. The days you get paid. Days you work. It doesn't matter if they're holidays. It's all based. That's the only thing about something being unionized is that you kind of lose all your rights. Really, because you're just part of the. There's no. You're just part of the group. You're part of the union. You're part of the union of people, and it's all first come first serve. That's what a union is all about, right? If you've been here longer, you get whatever you're supposed to get because you've been here the longest.
Mm.
It's as simple as that. That's how a union works, which benefits you in the long run.
I want my